session on genomics and proteomics. In this session, we will discuss identification of DNA polymorphism, the importance of SNPs in DNA typing and pharmacogenomics. Identification of DNA polymorphism. According to Mendelian inheritance, DNA inherited as one chromosome complement from each parent. Each child inherits an allele, that is form of a gene, from each parent. Genetic diversity, generations of recombinations, mutations, conversions results in at single locus, gene or region of DNA. There can be several versions, that is alleles. Each person has two alleles at the same locus, homozygous versus heterozygous. The term DNA polymorphism refers to a wide range of variations in nucleotide repeats or single nucleotide variants, and they provide the basis for direct physical analysis of genotype using molecular methods. Polymorphism can be single bases or thousands of bases. Polymorphic DNA sequences. Polymorphisms are found throughout the genome. Human blood is an example for polymorphism. If the location of a polymorphic sequence is known, it can serve as a landmark or marker for locating other genes or genetic regions. Each polymorphic marker has different versions or alleles. DNA polymorphisms have two advantages over conventional functional mutations. The first advantage is that the sequence difference is detected directly and no functional phenotype need ever be associated with the sequence. DNA polymorphisms that have no known function are called anonymous loci. The second advantage of DNA polymorphism is that they occur in a genome at a very high frequency. One reason for their high frequency is that although functional gene mutations are born by definition limited to a coding region, DNA polymorphism occurs to any DNA sequence whether it contributes to a coding region or not. Detecting DNA polymorphisms. Because any DNA molecule greater than 10 base pairs, the procedure that separates the molecules based on mass alone will be useful to uncover DNA polymorphisms. Currently, gel electrophoresis is the most often used procedure to detect these polymorphisms. The most recently widely applied procedure is capillary array electrophoresis. But MALDI-TOF MS, that is matrix assisted laser desorption ionization time of flight mass spectrometry, may replace many of the current procedures in the near future. Gel electrophoresis. Gel electrophoresis is the most widely adapted technique for detecting polymorphism. In gel electrophoresis, samples are loaded into a gel and allowed to migrate in an electric field. The two gel matrices used to separate DNA molecules are agarose and polyacrylamide. Since DNA is negatively charged, the samples are loaded near the negative pole and they migrate towards the positive pole. Separation of the DNA molecules is strictly based on size. The smallest fragments move farther in the gel better than larger molecules. The polymorphism is revealed using a detection agent. Ethidium bromide dye is used to reveal RAPD polymorphisms in agarose gel electrophoresis. Silver nitrate is used to detect polymorphisms in polyacrylamide gels. This has been used for both microsatellites and AFLPs. Another option is to include a radio-labeled nucleotide during the PCR step. If this option is chosen, the gel is used to expose autoradiographic film and analyzed to uncover the polymorphism. Detecting the RFLP requires the use of southern hybridization procedure. Briefly, molecules are separated in agarose gel and transferred to the nylon membrane. A probe to sequence of interest is then hybridized to the membrane and unbound probe is removed by a series of stringent washes. The membrane is then used to expose an autoradiographic film and polymorphisms are determined by studying the film. Capillary array electrophoresis. Small DNA fragments can be separated rapidly in narrow capillaries. Heat is lost from these thin capillaries so that the molecules can be separated rapidly using high voltage. This greatly speeds the processing of DNA molecules. Recently, instruments that contain capillary arrays have reached the market. These arrays consist of 8 Beckman-Coulter or 96 applied biosystems capillaries. These machines simultaneously introduce samples into each of the arrays, and laser technology is used to detect DNA molecules. Matrix assisted laser desorption ionization time of flight mass spectrometry or MALDI-TOF MS. It is the newest procedure in use to detect microsatellite polymorphisms. Mass spectrometry involves the ionization of a molecule, accelerating the ions in an electric field and passing the ions through a magnetic field. For DNA genotyping purposes, the larger molecule travels through the magnetic field faster. MALDI-TOF is a recent improvement of mass spectrometry. The molecule to be analyzed is mixed with a matrix that does not ionize, but aids in the ionization of large molecules up to 1 lakh Daltons, such as DNA. Time of flight allows for high throughput of ions. For this, PCR amplification is performed with microsatellite specific primers. It is best if the primers are located as close to the repeat as possible. This ensures that smaller molecules are amplified. The primer contains an attached biotin molecule. The product is recovered from the PCR reaction with streptavidin magnetic beads. The product is mixed with the matrix and analyzed. Both alleles of heterozygous individuals have been easily scored. In some cases, the alleles differ by a single copy of a tetranucleotide repeat. Types of useful polymorphic DNA sequences. First one, RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism. Second one, variable number tandem repeats 10 to 50 base pairs, that is VNTR. Short tandem repeats 1 to 10 base pairs, that is STR. Single nucleotide polymorphisms, SNPs. The process of determining an individual's genetic polymorphisms is known as genotyping. Many tools for assessing DNA polymorphisms are now available. Some of these methods assess the length polymorphism, intels, sequence polymorphism, base changes or rearrangements, or combinations of the two. DNA sequencing reveals all types of polymorphism, but is costly and labor intensive. Gel electrophoresis is used in DNA analysis to both separate and sequence DNA. PCR is frequently employed beforehand to produce large quantities of the DNA to be analyzed. SNPs are very useful for defining Y chromosomes or mitochondrial DNA haplotypes and DNA phenotyping. Restriction fragment length polymorphisms can be separated and identified by gel electrophoresis. A single nucleotide polymorphisms A to C causes loss of a restriction site. The importance of SNPs in DNA typing. DNA typing is also called DNA fingerprinting or DNA profiling, is a procedure wherein DNA extracted from a biological sample obtained from an individual is analyzed. The DNA is processed to generate a pattern for each person is termed as a DNA profile. This profile is unique for each person excepting that derived from identical twins. The scientific basis of DNA typing. DNA typing is founded on a number of genetic and molecular principles. The concept of the cell is the basic understanding of the complexity of DNA typing. A cell is the building unit of an organism made up of its component parts, one of which is a nucleus that functions as its command center. The nucleus houses the DNA that codes for the genetic information responsible for all cellular processes. Several DNA molecules comprise genes which in turn are located in minute bodies called chromosomes. In humans, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes within a cell, thus making up a total of 46 chromosomes. Some chromosomal regions contain repeating units, that is short tandem repeats or STR markers of the same type of DNA molecule which may or may not code for a specific protein have been used as markers for human identification in forensic casework. DNA can also be found in another part of the cell called the mitochondrion. Unlike nuclear DNA with 2 copies per cell, multiple copies of mitochondrial DNA up to 1 lakh copies are present per human cell. Because of this, mitochondrial DNA analysis is the method of choice when dealing with environmentally challenged samples. Example, identification of mass disaster victims, exhumed human remains, etc. How is DNA typing done? The DNA analysis laboratories or DAL routine procedure in analyzing cases is briefly diagrammed. Completion of Form 001 with the details of purpose for DNA analysis is important in DNA typing. Biological samples like blood, muscle tissue from the alleged father or mother and the child are indeed for simple paternity testing. How DNA typing is used in determining paternity? DNA typing is based on the fact that a person possesses 2 copies of DNA, maternal originating from the mother and paternal the father. The DNA from the mother and the alleged father and the child are analyzed to evaluate paternity. The DNA copy contributed by the biological father should be present in the alleged father with a probability of paternity greater than 95%. If the child possesses DNA that did not originated from the mother or the alleged father, then the alleged father cannot be the biological father of the child. Other uses of DNA typing. DNA typing has broad applications. DNA typing aids in criminal investigations, in identifications of mass disaster victims, in verifying the identity of human cancer cell lines, in determining whether a biological material is of human origin, in studying the genetic ancestry of human populations. SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms in DNA typing. Single nucleotide polymorphism is the most common type of genetic variations among people. A SNP or SNP is a single base mutation in DNA. SNPs are the most simple form and the most common source of genetic polymorphism in the human genome. 90% of all human DNA polymorphisms. SNPs occur normally throughout a person's DNA. They occur once in every 300 nucleotides on average, which means there are roughly 10 million SNPs in the human genome. Each SNP represents a difference in a single DNA building block called a nucleotide. There are 2 types of nucleotide base substitutions resulting in SNPs. A transition substitution occurs between purines A to G or between pyrimidines C and T. These types of substitution constitutes 2/3 of all SNPs. A transversion substitution occurs between a purine and a pyrimidine. SNP discovery and SNP genotyping. There are over 1 million SNPs identified. 95% of these are unique and valid polymorphisms. Method for SNP discovery or detection involve a set of biochemical reactions that isolate the precise location of the suspected SNP and then directly determines the identity of the SNP using an enzyme called DNA polymerase. Also, many SNPs were initially detected by comparing different sequenced genomes. The second phase of human genomics, the first being the sequencing of the human genome, involves a large scale screening of different human populations for significant DNA polymorphisms. High throughput SNP genotyping is the process of quickly and cost effectively identifying the SNP values in as many different individual human genomes as possible. Steps of SNP genotyping involve DNA sample preparation, PCR amplifications and microarray assays. The microarray technology must label SNP locations of both alleles in the DNA sample and determine the base values. ORCID Biocomputer and Affymetrix are the leaders in providing SNP genotyping technology. They have developed single nucleotide polymorphism genotyping assays that combine ORCID's proprietary GBA primer extension technology with an Affymetrix gene chip universal array. Their technologies can provide ultra high throughput 1 lakh genotypes per day. It is interesting to note that nearly all SNP genotyping uses Affymetrix equipment including GenFlex Affymetrix universal microarray. High throughput SNP genotyping achieves the goal of recording the SNP location base values of thousands of people from a given population. The genotype data gathered from high throughput genotyping is then used to determine the related haplotypes. Pharmacogenomics. Some SNPs are associated with the metabolism of different drugs. The association of a wide range of human diseases like cancer, infectious diseases like AIDS, leprosy, hepatitis, etc., autoimmune, neuropsychiatric and many other diseases with different SNPs can be made as relevant pharmacogenomic targets for drug therapy. Pharmacogenomics is a study of how variations in the human genome affect the response to drugs. The older term pharmacogenetics was derived from the words pharmacology, the science of drugs, and the genetics, the study of genes and their functions, to indicate the intersection of the pharmaceuticals and genetics. The newer terms pharmacogenomics describes such large scale, often genome-wide approaches. The sequencing of the human genome and the introduction of new technologies have made it possible to analyze multiple genes simultaneously. Pharmacogenomics may permit drugs to be tailor-made for individuals and adapted to each person's own genetic makeup. Diet, age, lifestyles, environment and health can influence a person's response to medicines, but understanding an individual's genetic makeup is thought to be the key to creating personalized drugs with greater efficacy and safety. Pharmacogenomics combines traditional pharmaceutical sciences such as biochemistry with annotated knowledge of genes, proteins and single nucleotide polymorphisms. A single SNP may cause a Mendelian disease, though for complex diseases not usually function individually. All types of SNPs can have an observable phenotype or disease. SNPs is non-coding regions can manifest in a higher risk of cancer and may affect mRNA structure and disease susceptibility. Non-coding SNPs can also alter the level of expression of a gene as an EQTL, that is expression quantitative trait locus. SNPs in coding regions do not result in a change of amino acid in the protein, but still can affect its function in other ways. An example is the silent mutations in the MDR1 gene, that is multi-drug resistance gene 1, which codes for a cellular membrane pump that expels drug from the cell, can slow down the translation and allow the peptide chain to fold into an unusual conformation, causing the mutant pump to be less functional. In MDR1 protein, example, C1236T polymorphism changes a GGC codon to GGT at amino acid position 412 of the polypeptide, both encode glycine, and the C3435T polymorphism changes ATC to ATT position in 1145, both encode isoleucine. What pharmacogenomics testing does? The purpose of pharmacogenomic testing is to find out if a medication is right for you. A small blood or saliva sample can help determine whether a medication may be an effective treatment for you, what best dose of a medication is for you, whether you could have serious side effects from a medication. Current limitations of pharmacogenomic test. It include one single pharmacogenomic test cannot be used to determine how you will respond to all medications. You may need more than one pharmacogenomic test if you are taking more than one medication. Pharmacogenomic tests are not available for all medications. Because pharmacogenomics tests are available only for certain medications, your healthcare provider determines if you need to have a pharmacogenomic test prior to beginning of specific treatment. There are currently no pharmacogenomic tests for aspirin and many over-the-counter pain relievers. Pharmacogenomics testing costs and coverage. The cost of pharmacogenomics testing varies depending on which test is ordered and your health insurance coverage. A federal law called the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act (GINA) generally makes it illegal for health insurance companies to discriminate against you based on your genetic information. This federal law does not protect you against genetic discrimination by life insurance, disability insurance or long-term care insurance companies. Let us summarize the following discussion on identification of DNA polymorphism, the importance of SNPs in DNA typing and pharmacogenomics. Polymorphisms are found throughout the genome. DNA polymorphism have two advantages over conventional functional mutations. It occurs to any DNA sequence whether it contributes to a coding region or not. Gel electrophoresis is the most often used procedure to detect these polymorphism. In gel electrophoresis, samples are loaded into a gel and allowed to migrate in an electric field. Separation of the DNA molecules is strictly based on size. MALDI-TOF MS is the newest procedure to detect microsatellite polymorphisms. RFLP, VNTR, STR and SNPs are the important polymorphic sequences. DNA typing, also called DNA fingerprinting or DNA profiling, is a procedure wherein DNA extracted from a biological sample obtained from an individual is analyzed. DNA typing aids in criminal investigations, in identification of mass disaster victims, in verifying the identity of human cancer cell lines, in determining whether a biological material is of human origin and in studying the genetic ancestry of human populations. SNPs are the most simple form and most common source of genetic polymorphisms in the human genome. Pharmacogenomics combines traditional pharmaceutical sciences such as biochemistry with annotated knowledge of genes, proteins and single nucleotide polymorphisms. Before we conclude, please try to answer the following questions. Write an overview on polymorphic DNA sequences. Discuss how to detect DNA polymorphism. Write a short note on gel electrophoresis. Discuss the importance of DNA typing. Discuss different types of DNA polymorphic sequences. I can suggest some books for your further studies. Introduction to Bioinformatics, Atwood and Parry Smith, Pearson Education. Bioinformatics, A Beginner's Guide by Jean-Michel Claverie, John Wiley and Sons. Structural Bioinformatics by Philip E. Bohn and Helge Wissing, Wiley. Bioinformatics, Methods and Applications, Restoki Publications. Essential Bioinformatics, Jin Seong, Cambridge University Press. Bioinformatics, Sequence and Genome Analysis, Mount DW, Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory Press, New York. Thank you for watching this session. We will meet again in another topic. Until then, bye.